നേതാവ് എം.കെ. മുനീർ പ്രതിപക്ഷ ഉപനേതാവ് സംസാരിക്കുകയാണ് സഭയ്ക്ക് പുറത്ത് നയപ്രഖ്യാപന പ്രസംഗത്തിലേക്ക് വീണ്ടും.
To achieve 100% PBR formation in India. The People's Biodiversity Register will now be digitalized and updated every year. As part of developing the strategies locally for biodiversity conservation, BMCs will help to notify local biodiversity-rich areas as heritage sites. Asra Mom Mangrove in Kollam was officially notified as the first biodiversity heritage site in Kerala in 2019. The Kerala State Pollution Control Board will continue to monitor the waste management and pollution in rivers and on land. The restoration and renovation of Vembanad and Ashtamudi lakes will be taken up under Swiss challenge mode. At the local body level, action plans will be formed to protect the channels and mid-channels. My government will bring out a policy to control sound pollution. Online continuous emission monitoring system for strengthening the monitoring and compliance of industry through self-regulatory mechanism will be instituted by the board. Excise. My government has established 9 de-addiction and 3 zonal counseling centers as part of its promise and commitment towards de-addiction. Excise crime branch has been formed for the effective investigation of major crimes. The procedure of 21 services, including issuance of licenses and permits, were made online as part of modernization of the department. During the year, Palakkad Excise Tower will be completed. My government proposes to install wireless systems in Kollam, Elapura, Thiruvananthapuram districts. A web application will be developed with facilities for the common people to register complaints. A state-level de-addiction center with rehabilitation facilities will be started at Kinnalur in Kozhikode district. My government has already announced the decision to allow production of wine and low-alcohol liquor from fruits such as cashew, mango, jackfruit and banana. This will be encouraged to improve the income of the farmers. Fisheries. Hollywood has Spider-Man, Batman, Iron Man, but we Keralites have all under one name, fishermen. So said a widely circulated post during the floods that ravaged Kerala. My government proposes to make fishermen owners of their crafts and gears by providing interest-free loans to the joint liability groups of fishermen for acquiring the desired crafts and gears. The interest accruing on the principal will be borne by the government on condition that the JLGs thus formed will repay the loan without default. Fisheries stations will be equipped in all marine districts for providing continuous information related to weather forecast in the wake of the climatic changes and for facilitating rescue operations. My government will enact a law for enabling availability of quality assured fish to consumers to encourage the sale of fish in hygienic conditions and to enable fishermen to get a fair price for their catch. Fishermen, children of fishermen, and department officers will be provided with modern technical training, including at international level, to equip them to undertake innovative projects in a timely manner. Students officer exchange programs with universities and departments will also be carried out at international level. The Suistwa Sagaram project being implemented with the participation of fishermen at Nindakara for removal of plastic waste from the sea has gained has gained UN recognition and will now be extended to Munambam, Bepor, and Puthiapa harbors. All fish farms will be GIS mapped and registration and licensing will be issued. It is also proposed to start live fish markets and fish supermarkets. The success of Muthatara Fishermen Housing Colony will be replicated in other coastal districts this year. Food, civil supplies and consumer affairs. My government has demonstrated the successful implementation of the pilot program of Hunger-Free Kerala. In Ellapula district, mobile ration shops have been started in the remote tribal settlements in Thrissur, Palakkad, Pathanamthitta and Wayanad. The Inter-State Portability Distribution System has enabled beneficiaries of National Food Security Act from 12 states to purchase their entitlement from any of these states. My government proposes to introduce e-ration card in 2020, by which the applicants can print ration cards. Meveli stores will be opened in 16 gram panchayats where there are no outlets. Legal Metrology Department will set up 3 mobile inspection units in the state. Council for Food Research and Development will start chilled storage and dehydration plants to store seasonal fruits and vegetables for ensuring their off-season availability. Forest and wildlife. Kerala is the first state in India to complete the DNA profiling of captive elephants with details of owners of elephants. Implantation of microchips for identification and measurements of size and weight. The work on the state-of-the-art elephant rehabilitation center for ensuring the welfare of wild, captured and captive elephants in the state is progressing well. In the last decade, conflicts between humans and large carnivores have increased in Wayanad and adjoining areas, partly due to an increase in the tiger population. It is proposed to establish a tiger rehabilitation center for immediate treatment of injured tigers and, where required, for their permanent rehabilitation. Every year, the Forest Department uses around 60 to 70 lakh seedlings in various planting programs. As of now, these seedlings are raised in polythene bags or in plastic root trainers. my government proposes to shift to plastic-free, compostable containers for seedlings, with a view to ensuring that forest and its fauna are free from the menace of dumped waste. A 3-year project called Green Grass has been sanctioned. 1,900 tons of waste have already been removed from identified dumping sites, while bringing teak plantation of the state under improved management for higher productivity and quality. The plantations that are of poor quality and are located in disaster-prone districts, areas, wildlife corridors, riversides, degraded areas will be reverted to natural forests. Similarly, to ensure water, ecological and climate security, all the pulpwood plantations of eucalyptus, acacia, etc., will be phased out and the area reverted to natural forests. My government proposes to establish a wildlife safari park at Kannur, to be a center of excellence in nature conservation, along with sustainable tourism. For the conservation of valuable marine and aquatic biodiversity, my government will declare specific marine protected areas as community reserves along the coastal and marine areas. The illegal wildlife trade has reached an unprecedented scale, and much of it is happening in online marketplaces. A high-end cyber forensic lab will be set up to provide technical assistance to the investigator for collecting and analyzing digital evidence using modern technologies. General education. General education has seen a complete makeover under my government. The people of the state have appreciated this and admitted 5 lakh more children to government schools. An academic master plan has been prepared for all schools in order to raise their academic standards. Now, talents of each of the 40 lakh children will be identified and encouraged. The scheme of interaction of students with renowned people in the locality called Vidyalayam Pratibhaliku has received positive response and will be extended to all schools. This year, my government will be completing the massive renovation of school buildings, digitalization of all classrooms, school laboratories are being upgraded. A scheme will be developed for improvement of classroom furniture. 1 lakh class libraries will be set up. School campuses will be kept safe from drugs and sound pollution. The scheme Roshni, introduced by Ernakulam District Administration for the education of children of migrant workers, will be extended to all districts. The vocational higher secondary sector will be fully converted into National Skill Qualification Framework. Harbour engineering. My government has made strides in the development of fishing harbours. It is a matter of pride that Thalai Fishery Harbour in Kannur and the Chetuva Fishing Harbour in Tirshur district were commissioned in 2019. Thanur Fishing Harbour and Velayil fishing harbour will be commissioned in the coming financial year. It is proposed to take up the balance works of fishing harbour at Arthunakal, second stage development of Thattopalli and Kasargod fishing harbours and the Chetty harbour in the coming year. A new fishing harbour at Poziyur in Thiruvananthapuram district will be commenced. River training works. A new scheme is proposed for various estuaries to remain open throughout the year to avoid flooding of upstream site. My government is aware of the increasing pollution of the sea with plastic and fiber waste, which is very harmful to fish and other marine species. Following the success of Suchitwa Sagaram project, a project will be taken up in selected fishing harbours to disintegrate these waste and produce diesel, which can be sold to the fishermen who bring the waste from the sea on subsidy basis. Health. My government's implementation of Ardharam mission has enabled the state to continue to retain the top position amongst states in the country. After completing the first phase of patient-friendly transformation of the government hospitals of 170 FHCs, the second phase of FHC transformation work of 200 centers is progressing. Transformation of block-level community health centers would be taken up this year. All ongoing schemes, including Ardharam mission, would be continued and further strengthened with special focus to attain SDG goals. Population-based screening of non-communicable diseases for hypertension and diabetes, which was started in 4 districts, would be expanded to all districts this year. Similarly, Nayan Mirutham program for the screening, identification and management of diabetic retinopathy, which was piloted in Thiruvananthapuram district, would be expanded to all districts in the state. Amma Manasu program for the mental health of pregnant ladies, state-level suicide prevention program, mental health program for tribal areas and coastal areas would be started this year. As part of the comprehensive trauma care scheme for the state, aggregator model ambulance service with basic life support have been implemented. A liver transplantation center will be started at Medical College Kottayam. Food hygiene rating and branding system will be introduced in order to encourage food business to improve hygiene standards and rate them. The unscientific disposal of unused and date-expired medicines may result in a deadly situation of antimicrobial resistance in human and animals. The State Drugs Control Department, in association with the traders, has initiated a program on removal of unused drugs called PROUD for scientific disposal of unused, expired medicines in a pilot scale at Thiruvananthapuram district. This will be extended to the entire state of Kerala. A center to provide comprehensive remedial training to children in the 3 to 6 years age group with developmental disorders will be started at Imhans, Kozhikode. My government has taken a large number of initiatives through Ayurveda and Homeo departments for promotion of health and wellness of the Kerala population. These will be extended through the Ardhiram People's Campaign focusing on healthy eating, healthy lifestyles, and physical exercise, cleanliness, de-addiction, and promotion of health-seeking behavior. A Center of Excellence in Infertility in Kannur will be started under Homeo Directorate. Ayush Department shall be collaborating with the National Institute of Speech and Hearing for widening the scope of management of the hearing impaired through homeopathy. Higher education. This year, my government proposes to pay special attention to the construction of college buildings and laboratories. Universities will conduct examinations and declare results in a unified manner and on time from the coming academic session with the use of technology. They will amend their statutes to bring in more efficiency, restructured academic bodies and academic autonomy in colleges. Universities will facilitate enhanced employability of students through industry-driven elective courses and take steps to encourage more foreign students on campus to improve their ranking. My government will launch the Open University of Kerala this year, incorporating the distance education centers of all universities. A center for big data analysis and innovative courses in areas of artificial intelligence, robotics will be started in accredited colleges under Kerala Technical University. Polytechnics will be equipped with fab labs to give the students better training. Training will be provided to faculty through partnership with leading institutions like IISER. The exposure to student leaders of colleges and universities to top universities abroad through a training program will be continued this year. Additional skill acquisition program will run a series of hackathons to solve the problems identified by government departments and corporates, coordinate industry-driven electives, and start community colleges for the dropouts and returned emigrants. Higher Education Department started Jeevani Counseling Center in all government arts and science colleges to take care of the mental and emotional well-being of students. Taking a cue from its success, such centers will be started in all technical education institutes and aided colleges this year. My government will start an Earn and Learn scheme for students. Kerala State Higher Education Council will start a state-level consortium for e-journals. Accreditation will be made mandatory for all institutions. My government will ensure decent service wage benefits to teachers and non-teachers in self-financing institutions. My government is ready with a bill which will be brought before the Legislative Assembly to ensure the democratic rights of students to form their associations and get an early training in democratic decision-making. This is a pioneering effort of my government. It is proposed to ramp up the activities of Trivandrum Engineering, Science and Technology Research Park by setting up an EV testing lab with the support from industry and a research partnership with central PSUs in engineering domain. Home. My government reiterates its commitment to the people on maintenance of law and order at all times. The construction of the Guruvayur and Pinarai police stations and the district training centers at Idukki, Malappuram, Kozhikode City and Kozhikode Rural will be completed in the coming year. The construction of Kochi City Police Complex will be initiated to bring all police offices working in Kochi City to a single complex for administrative convenience. New cyber police stations will be started. During the coming year, integrated digital traffic enforcement system in accordance with the amendments made in the Central Motor Vehicles Act will be enforced, which will help in tracking and identifying all types of traffic offenders across Kerala by using contemporary camera technology. The Student Police Cadet Scheme will be extended to 100 more schools. My government shall continue to give special attention to combat extremism. It is proposed to start a counterintelligence cell in the police department. As part of improving the efficiency of operations, all the technical units of the police department will be brought under Police Technology Center in Thiruvananthapuram. The State Crime Records Bureau will have a data analysis center. The Chemical Examiners Laboratory Department will be strengthened with the purchase of machines such as gas chromatograph for the timely analysis of narcotic samples. Kerala State Housing Board has continued to exercise its social obligation to help the poor to fulfill their dreams of having a roof over their head. Kerala Climate Responsive Housing Design Promotion Program has been conducted by the Office of Housing Commissioner to popularize climate responsive housing technology, which is disaster resistant, environment friendly, energy efficient and cost effective by providing financial support to various stakeholders in housing industry. It is proposed to come out with a new Kerala housing policy this year, where the role of government will be redefined as facilitator rather than developer. Climatic change appropriate provisions for mandating harvesting of rainwater, effective utilization of solar power, safe disposal of waste and encouraging local materials will be explored in the new policy. A working women's hostel will be started at Gandhinagar, Kottayam. Availing central grant and an Aswas rental scheme near the Medical College Tirshur for providing rental accommodation for the patients and their bystanders. Industries and commerce. My government is committed to protect and encourage the public sector, but the central PSUs in Kerala, which have been established on land freely granted by the state government, are getting privatized. When that happens, the state government must be given the first option to take over. My government has implemented several reforms to improve the ranking on ease of doing business to one of the top 5 in the next 1 year. It is proposed to launch a 24/7 toll-free number for investors to seek information and clarification on all matters of industrial investment. The district board in all the districts will have investment facilitation centers, and at the state level, KSIDC will create a similar investment facilitation center to handle all the inquiries and to facilitate investment. My government has taken action for acquisition of an extent of 1351 acres of land for the development of integrated manufacturing cluster at Palakkad, Thrissur, node under the Kochi extension of the Industrial Corridor project. Master planning activity of the project will start soon. Start-up entrepreneur will be assisted through a comprehensive innovation acceleration scheme. MSMEs, especially those in micro sector, face shortage of funds to set up units. Hence, a new scheme, margin money grant to nano units, covering both manufacturing as well as service sectors, will be launched shortly. With an objective to attract high exhibitions into Kerala, Kinfra will form a joint venture company with India Trade Promotion Organization to construct a world-class exhibition cum convention center in 5 acres of land in Kakanad. This facility will provide space for manufacturers in Kerala to reach the world market. My government will implement a new scheme named Handloom Family Welfare Scheme to safeguard the health and well-being of women working in the handloom sector. The Kerala Khadi and Village Industries Board will increase production and sales by implementing designing and diversification. In order to coordinate with the ongoing research and development on new products and process development, a collaborative platform will be created for PSUs. For this, a technical service support center under the ambit of RIAB will be established. As part of ensuring more transparency and timely completion of accounting procedures in PSUs, and also to ensure accuracy in purchase, sales, and raw material consumption, enterprises resource planning will be implemented. Information and publicity. Exploring the many possibilities of information technology, government have launched internet radio service called Radio Kerala. Reaching out to Keralites all over the world, this 24-hour internet radio service comes with programs that cater to a wide range of age groups and comprises news based on government activities, art, culture, and infotainment. In the domain of conventional advertisement and publicity campaigns through hoardings, government launched its own hoardings in Thiruvananthapuram, which will be extended to other places in the coming year. Taking into account the changing trends in new media, government has entered the domain of mobile journalism, popularly known as Mojo, and will be covering programs and activities taking place even at the block level and release the details without delay to the public. My government shall roll out a statewide information service network. Each district will be provided with an information hub connected to a central hub in the capital city. These info hubs, equipped with high-speed data connectivity, library and kiosks, would provide the public with a wide range of information pertaining to the welfare and developmental activities of the government and keep them up to date with information useful in day-to-day life. Information technology. My government has initiated Mapathon project, a crowdsourcing mapping initiative by Kerala State IT Mission, which aims at creating micro-level maps of the entire state for identifying all the natural and physical assets. Kerala.data.gov.in will serve as an open data portal for sharing data with citizens. 2,000 public Wi-Fi hotspots are being set up to provide internet access to the public. My government has decided to transform IIT MK as University of Digital Sciences, Innovation and Technology with a view to develop abundant human resources in the Industry 4.0 technologies. IT parks faced major expansion in the last 3 years. A new 4.5 lakh square foot IT building is planned to be constructed in Phase 3 campus of Technopark, Thiruvananthapuram. Info Park is expected to cross 10 million square feet working space. The second IT building in Cyber Park Kozhikode, measuring around 3 lakhs square feet, will be initiated. A space park is being set up in Technocity Thiruvananthapuram in association with Indian Space Research Organization. It is proposed to set up a digital museum in technology with AR, VR facilities. Kerala Startup Mission has been working on creation of a better startup ecosystem in the state for the last 6 years. To enhance the availability of furnished space to the startup sector, a Startup Infrastructure Augmentation Fund will be formed. New schemes will be brought to encourage startups from women entrepreneurs and people with special ability. The International Center for Free and Open Source Software, the state nodal agency for Malayalam computing, has got approval as a scientific, industrial and research organization by Government of India. Government intends to develop ICFOSS to an integrated academic and R&D center for free software hardware with international collaboration. Inland water sport. The inland water transport sector is yet to be exploited to its fullest potential, despite the state being blessed with an intricate network of canal systems, backwaters, and water bodies. My government will focus on developing the inland waterways as smart ways by the end of 2025 in 3 stages. The first stage is to develop the canals in existing width in 2020. The rehabilitation of encroachers, land acquisition and widening of canal will be completed during 2020-22 in second stage. The third stage is to be completed in 2025. The canals are to be developed in national waterway standards and used for commercial transport and tourism sector to promote both water transport and tourism development along the waterways in the future. It is proposed to construct and modernize boat jetties and cargo terminals and provide incentives to build inland vessels. Labor and skills. The indicators on labor unrest, incidents of lockouts, and person days lost have been much lower in this state compared to the national average. There have been certain unhealthy trends in labor relations in certain unorganized sectors which will be severely discouraged. My government is committed to provide a safe environment for the migrant labor to live and work and has taken a number of welfare measures for them. Treatment benefit under the medical insurance scheme has been enhanced to 25,000 rupees per annum. Biometric cards have been issued to the registered workers. 5,01,804 interstate migrant workers have already registered. Insurance benefits up to rupees 1 lakh has been introduced to cover disabilities due to accidents at workplace. Around 35,772 trainees were trained in various schemes through 97 government ITIs last year. Kerala Academy of Skill Excellence has skilled around 1.4 lakhs persons so far and plans to start a Center of Excellence for Differently Abled and a Hospitality Institute with the support of CII this year. Local self-government. The empowerment of local self-government in the state is a matter of pride. At present, 900 Gram Panchayats and all block panchayats obtained ISO certification and thus became the single window center for local level service delivery. By January 2020, all Gram Panchayats in the state will be